going to identify some more major features now using sagittal sections. On this half of the model, we can see the cerebrum, the corpus callosum, which is a connection between the two hemispheres of the cerebrum, the septum pellucidum that separates the lateral ventricles, the cerebellum, and in the cerebellum you can certainly see the arbor vitae, which is the white matter, surrounded by the folia, which is the gray matter. The brainstem consists of the medulla oblongata, the pons, and the midbrain. The diencephalon on this part of the model consists just of this little region. The white is called the intermediate mass, and it connects the right and left sides of the thalamus, which is the major part of the diencephalon. The diencephalon is actually very large. It protrudes into the space behind what you're seeing. So I'm going to go to the other half of the model, and of course this side lacks the septum pellucidum, so we can really see the extent of the diencephalon. This is the matching half to what we saw on the other half of the model. But now with the no septum pellucidum, we can see that the diencephalon, and specifically this is the thalamus, which is the largest part of the diencephalon, extends far back into a recessed area. And we see now that the diencephalon is actually very, very large. I'm going to point out some features of the diencephalon. The region that's most anterior is called the hypothalamus, and from it extends the infundibulum, which is a connection to the pituitary gland. The hypothalamus also is the location of the right and left mammillary bodies. Thalamus is this region that I have my finger on right now, but it extends, it blossoms out into this very large area that I'm now touching. So there's a right and left side to the thalamus, and they are connected through this little region of gray matter called the intermediate mass. I'm going to switch to the other half of the model because now I want to point out the epithalamus. It's easier to see on this side because on this side we've captured the pineal gland. Pineal gland is at the posterior end of the epithalamus. The midbrain extends from the pons to the base of the diencephalon. Through the midbrain runs a cerebral aqueduct, and that of course leads to the fourth ventricle, which is located between the brainstem and the cerebellum. On the roof of the midbrain are located four structures called the corpora quadrigemini. These are four nuclei, there are two on each side, that relay sight and sound information.